Compared to a modern Mustang, the classic Mustangs are almost a compact car, especially the 65 through 66, and as such they have a much smaller interior. Well, if you have a classic Mustang and would like some much needed legroom, today we're going to show you how. These CJ Classic seat track extenders are made right here in the USA and will fit your 1965 through 1970 Mustang using the stock seat tracks. They're only going to add about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of height, but you give you 2 more inches of legroom, which would be a huge difference when driving the car. They're going to bolt onto the factory seat tracks using the provided hardware. The seat track extenders are sold as a pair. We'll do 1 seat, so if you want to make room for your passenger, make sure you buy 2 pair. The first part of the installation, we're going to get the car off the ground and remove the driver's seat. For this installation, we did a 3/8 ratchet, 1/2 inch deep socket, at least a 10 inch extension, cutting tool, flashlight, and safety glasses. The seat has studs from the track to go through the floor and held them by nuts underneath. Now to remove them, typically there'd be rubber grommets in here like a lot of Mustangs. Ours are missing. But now we're gonna remove the nuts to remove the seat. Flashlight will make it easier because they are pretty far up there. Okay, with the nuts out, we can go back up top and remove the seat. All right, with the nuts out, now we just lift up on the seat, pull it out of the car. So we removed the seat out of the car. We noticed we only had 3 nuts holding the seat. Now it's a 53-year-old car, stuff like that happens. Well, turns out we had a broken stud. So off camera, we quickly swapped out to a new track. Now I wanted to mention, you don't have to change your tracks to use these extensions. They'll work with either a reproduction track like this or your original track. And there is one issue though we do want to point out, and that is these rivets right here. Now here you can see our reproduction track that we offer here and the original track. Now the one thing that was inconsistent over the years was the size of these rivets. So these extenders were built, they'll definitely clear a reproduction track without a problem. If you have an original track and it doesn't quite sit flush, you may just have to tap it with a hammer to get it to seat properly. Now the extender with a notch is going to be for the side with the release handle. All you do is basically put this on top, it'll lay flat, uses applied hardware, and then tighten it down. What we're going to do to be safe, put a little dab of Loctite on each one too. Once you've given Loctite time to cure, the last step is to cut off these studs since they're going to be in the way now. So you want to cut it pretty much right above the nut on all 4. You know, a Dremel with a metal cutting blade or a cutoff wheel is all you're going to need. Okay, now we're going to put the seat back in. Back underneath and tighten it down. All right, with the seat back in place, we're gonna go back and reinstall all 4 original nuts and tighten them all down. And your installation is finished. If you're over 6 feet tall or have really long legs, you're really going to appreciate that extra 2 inches. I mean, I can barely even touch the firewall fully stretched out. I'm around 6'1". The additional height, you don't even notice it when the seat's in the car. As far as the installation goes, it's pretty straightforward. The worst part is probably cutting the studs, but overall it should take you no more than about an hour. Be back on the road in no time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you click on the CJ button so you subscribe for future videos and click the corner up here for more videos for your Mustang.